Ndio, kama kawa najulikana kama Ramadhan Samuel Chombo. Hayo ni majina yangu kamili ambayo kwenye kitambulisho, na majina yangu ya kisanii najulikana kama Sharama. Sharama nimewaki na uko fulani kwa muda wa miaka kadhaa. So Sharama ni msanii ambaye na represent hip hop, muziki wa kizazi kipya hapa nchini kwetu Kenya. Sharama ni mzaliwa wa Mombasa, nimesomea Mombasa, nimekulia Mombasa, lakini kwa sasa nimeishi Nairobi muda wa miaka kama 15. So kwa sasa niko based upande huu. Leo tuko hapa Kenya National Theatre kidogo kuja ku brainstorm mambo ya kisanii na shida zetu zile ambao waga kwamba zinatuumiza, changamoto zile ambao waga zinatupata kwa gurudumu letu la usanii. Na siku ambayo ni ya kesho Ijumaa tutakuwa na president pia hapa. So leo tumekuja kushikamana pamoja, ni tuone nini kesho tunaweza kudeliver kwa mheshimiwa rais ili aweze kusikia matatizo yetu, na tunatumaini tunaweza kupata usaidizi. Juu yote ni ya Mungu na tunaamini kwa Mungu, kama imani ipo mambo yote yatakuwa fresh. Kama kawa, this is a boy Sharama, gedeng.
My name is Calvin Sucheng Bunde, but I go by the name Papa Vin. We were invited to this creative economy conference so that we can share ideas, come up with a strategy that can help the artists there who use their talent to perform and see how they can earn a living out of it and how smoothly or easily they can pursue their career and get a way forward. Having such conferences where we are going to have things that are valid and viable to help the artists down there, it is going to be of benefit to them. They're going to be incited and sensitized on better ways they can make their moves through the industry and earn a living out of it.
My name is Sarah Nana. I'm an events organizer from Machakos County, and today we are very happy and privileged to be here. We are excited to be here. And basically, as an events organizer, I want to know what the government is doing for county, because we have several challenges. But as we had discussed earlier on in our Machakos conference, we want to put up some recommendations and see what the government can do.
My name is George Chunga Kotiende Pungulu Pangalawurjo Mariek. I am a storyteller based in Kisumu County, but here I am a delegate representing Kisumu County, and I'm the head of the Kisumu delegation. Yeah, one of the expectations we have that should come out of this workshop is we want to see the formulation of the arts policy. And from Kisumu we had a few policy statements that we felt would be included in that policy document. And ours bordered on education, capacity building, funding, and exposure for artists. And under education, we are saying that we want the government to bring back the teaching of arts and craft, home science, and music back to primary schools. And we are saying that there is need for them to connect the industry and other learning institutions. Under capacity building, we are saying that there is need for artists to be taken through art management, they need to be taken through entrepreneurship, because their capacities must be built. Apart from that, we were talking about the art space, and we were arguing in this conference that Kisumu as a county is central to East Africa. And we are saying if the government can build an ultra-modern facility, art facility in Kisumu, it will help build the industry. Apart from that, we are saying that there is need for the government to create a national arts council, and there is need for the artists to be actively involved in it. Thank you.
My name is Mr. Waudo Ken. I'm the current chair of the Theatre Arts Practitioner Society. It's a very newly formed body. We are about 5 weeks old, but we agitate for theatre arts practitioner, theatre development, rather, in a very huge scale. About today's conference, I liked it so much. And I think I'm on record having mentioned this is the first time we are doing it as a Kenya organized body. You know, it's a Kenya government that has put it together. I'm seeing even the people who are sponsoring down there are government agencies. Why am I saying that? Previously, I have attended so many. I have about 24 years in the industry. I have attended so many of such conferences, either for creative economy, for talent building, for whatever. But they're either organized by the French embassy, They are organized by the Italian company, the Germans, or any other foreign body, the Americans for that matter. This one gives us so much joy because it has been organized by the government, Kenya government. It means that since 1952, when this building was built, this is the first time government is listening to the arts. It's a sign of very, very good things. I'm grateful for whoever has come up with the idea. I'm grateful for the government to joining into bandwagon. And I'm very grateful the government has given the arts an ear. We might look very fumbly at the beginning because we are also excited at the notion that we have just been called. So we are all looking like we are scrambling for whatever reason, but we are scrambling. But the resources that are there that government can put across, when we have a dialogue like this one, things become organized. So my expectation is that after we finish the Creative Economy Conference, we are hopeful that there will be a very nice action plan. Either we'll have a National Arts Council, or for the first time would be stakeholders in decisions that really matter when arts and the way arts is being run in the country as a policy described by the government. Now we look like we are seriously heading somewhere, as far as the national arts is concerned. Because from such conferences, policies are being made, personalities are being developed to run the industry on a professional scale. Previously, it's just riffraff. Ask anyone about arts, they would say, ni kazi ya kando. It's not mainstream profession, it's not paying nothing. But with such dialogues, beginning of such dialogue, I am very hopeful and I am optimistic that it's going to breed as many developmental ideas as possible and creating employment opportunities for the youth. Not for the youth, employment opportunity for all in this country. And also develop a strong cultural heritage, which we lack at the moment. If you ask a Nigerian, kulingana vile amevaa, you would know. If you ask a Saudi Arabian, we know. But for a Kenyan, how do we look at ourselves as a national heritage? Such creative conferences chart way that would describe a national feeling towards a cultural heritage that we want to propagate. From all the ambassadors that we have, the runners, wakimbiaji, everyone, consolidate pamoja inakuwa a very strong national heritage. So with such, it means that somebody is looking ahead. Sio sahi, anaangalia ahead, which is a good thing. And I raise my case. Asante sana.
My name is Stephanie Maseki from Mombasa County. We are here at the National Creative Economy Conference. This is the biggest and the first conference. The artists from all over Kenya have been called together to present their challenges as well recommendations as to what they want the government to do for them and what they're going to do or to achieve when the government delivers. Okay, so basically we are here to represent the art industry, which has been ignored for the longest time possible. And some of the challenges that are cutting across, we have challenges with the actors, we have challenges with the DJs, we have challenges in the music industry, we have challenges in the event management, we have challenges with the dancers, we have challenges everywhere, all over. And these challenges are cutting across all the departments in the art industry. And let me say, like, for instance, I'm in the filming industry. I'm an actor, I'm also a producer. And we find that we have double taxation. We pay a lot of licenses, of which we can just pay one license to cater for, like 4 of them. So why do we need to pay like for 4 of them, yet we can pay for 1, okay? And then again, the TV. They are broadcasters as well as the producers. Then what? Then what happens to the independent producer out there? What happens to them? And again, we have a lot of challenges. Let me just say that. But the bottom line is we want the government to come in and standardize some of these things, to come in and to try and at least come in our msanii. Because for as long as it has been the msanii, the artist, the actor, the musician, the DJ, everyone out there, they have been marginalized. Remember when the people with disability, they were marginalized until Maura came in and their voice was heard. Kidogo. I won't say like 100%. The art industry, we are in the same category. We have been marginalized for the longest time possible until the PS came down to the coast. He went to every other county, you know, to talk about these issues and to call these stakeholders together to talk about these challenges. And we are hoping that this government is going to do something about it. And by this government, I mean the president of this country is going to do something about it, because we are actually speaking to the president through his board, through his ministers. And we are so happy to have the PS with us, who came down, who took time to go to all these counties and talk to the artists one-on-one. So for me, I don't want to say I have a dream like Martin Luther King, no, but I want to say that I see light at the end of the tunnel, that our issues are going to be addressed. And if they are not going to be addressed, I am sure I'm going to be back here to talk about it as well. Yeah.
Creative economy presents not only a future, but a basis for people to earn a living. It is very important for us to understand that these processes are important for artists to be able to say this is what we have, and for government to come in and say this is what we have, to create synergy. What has happened in the past is that the synergy has not existed in terms of artists and government speaking to each other. They have only been speaking in tandem. Artists speak on their own platforms, governments speak on their own platform. This is the beginning of a process that is going to lead not only to formal bodies, but also to structured ways of giving finance for us to be able to produce films and art, not only as an employment podium, but also a place where we can be able to put conversations at a very high platform. Story ya pesa and how much people go with at home is because of structures. Once artists have structures and government has clear structures which they engage with, money then they will be able to produce in the economy. We appreciate the artistic economy because let me tell you, Hollywood doesn't import anything. The only import they have, which is of greatest value, is Hollywood. Wrestling, movies, soap operas, songs. It is important for us to begin this conversation for people to start having money. Yes, as the situation as it is now, they are getting a raw deal, but that is because they have not been recognized for a long time. This government, the Jubilee government, has seen it worth to engage with the artists with a view of ensuring that their potential is no longer spoken about, but is realized in the economy and felt. The future of this industry is not in complaints. The future of this industry is investment. So asking for private corporate companies, for artists themselves to invest on their art, and for companies to invest together with government to create a platform that can be able to enhance this further.
We believe this is not a walk in the park. We can see the CS Honorable Rio is here, the PS Bwana Joe is here, the goodwill of Our Excellency the President is here. In fact, we are meeting him after this, and all the stakeholders and players. And KEGSAV, the artist body, is here. So we don't believe in a walking into the park. And again, we are saying thank you for the government because they've organized such a wonderful forum. And yes, this is a new chapter, and we are going to succeed. We as KEGSAV, we are very humbled, and we are grateful to the government for giving us and creating such a wonderful forum as the Usanifo Conference. Some of the pressing issues, we actually reduced them to two because we were not given so much time. But the first pressing issue is SKIZA, whereby SKIZA deal has to come back to the negotiating table. As of now, artists are being given only 15%, and that is before taxation. So meaning from a deal whereby 85 is retained by Safaricom and some other players, 15% is given to the musicians and still being taxed, meaning a musician will take home around 11% only or something. And then the second thing is the music bill, which we needed to be passed into Parliament. The 2016 music bill has to be okayed by Parliament. Those are our two requests, but so far we must say we are humbled and we are welcoming the government. We want to, engage the government. We are not here to, fight the government. We've realized in unity there's progress, but we are very focused, very firm on those two issues.
My name is Marianne Naipasai Tutuma. I'm a KEGSAV member and secretary. And mimi point yangu napenda kupass kwa wasanii wote ambao wamekuja hapa na wale ambao tumerepresent. Our pressing issue yenye kila mtu ameguzia, it's all about our unity. Our unity is what people are using us to divide us more, for us not to get organized and get our things done. So my pressing issue to any other artist who is listening or watching, I'm saying let us be united because people are investing on our disunity for us not to be in order.
I'm from Kenya National Union of Musicians. We are members of KEGSAV. And I want to call upon every other association ant union that exists and is registered to join forces with KEXAV, because if we've come together, all these associations that are in KEXAV, and we have impact. What if they come together now? We have one force pushing one agenda. We are stronger together. So mine is just to call upon everyone. We unite under KEXAV.
I'm Simon. I play with a band called Unasi, but I represent an organization called KNT. It's an organization of artists. And what I would like just to say is this time at least I thank God that the artists have come together. We are speaking and with one voice, with one mind, with one strategy, and with one vision and one mission and one objective. And because of that, most of the stakeholders in the industry never used to trust artists. They didn't know even how to work with the artists. And as you know, even the government, as they say, they never work with individuals. They work with a registered body, and a body that is well regulated and has a lot of accountability and transparency. So we really thank God for this opportunity we've been given. As my friend Rafton has said, it's a great opportunity, and we need to make this enter into the history books. Our kids, our upcoming generations, they are looking at us. We need to make credible and sustainable changes as far as music protection policy is concerned.
I'm Phil J, representative of musicians under Kenya National Association of Musicians. And one thing has been dominating the whole conference, and that is unity. I call upon every association of musicians to come and voice out issues of musicians and of the industry. So I think that is what I could say. One, if we have a voice, we'll engage the government, we'll engage any other stakeholder, as in cause we contribute to the economy of this country. So I would like the government also to see that we've united as artists and that we can engage with them as KEXAV.
National Creative Economy Conference, we want to thank him very much for promising that he will create a council to look at our issues where all the stakeholders will be involved. And we also thank the government for promising that they will create the fund to be able to look at the value chain where they develop the talents till they become economic ventures. We are very thankful and we appreciate. Asanteni sana.